turn to earnings. Investors gearing up for Apple's earnings today. The tech titan will release results for its fiscal second quarter after the bell. Jonathan Hoenig, hedge fund manager at CapitalistPig.com. He joins us now with a preview. Great to see you, Jonathan. Thanks so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Let's just drill down first into these numbers, right? A tough quarter for Apple is what's expected with concern over those iPhone 10 sales, right? Especially after we saw suppliers like Taiwan Semi reporting negative outlooks. And now we have Wall Street analysts dropping earnings estimate, dropping iPhone 10 shipments. You see the EPS estimates right here, 268 on revenue of more than $60 billion. So what are you expecting on that bottom line of today's report? And can the company ever overcome the criticism that it's just a one-trick pony?
Well, you never say never with Apple, but Jerry, it is all about the iPhone, especially this time around, as you said. Pride out of my cold, dead hands. But the big question is how many of these did the company sell in the prior quarter? And as you said, analysts have been really moving down those estimates. They had expected as much as 55 million units. Now it's going to look like it'll be more like 50 million units. And your point about the one-trick pony, I think, is right on. The iPhone accounts for 60% of Apple's revenue. This is their big driver. So not only are investors going to be listening what the numbers were like there, but also some of the other areas like apps, like music, like the cloud. These are other areas that investors are looking for some growth. So if it doesn't come from the phones, it better come from the other areas. And the options market, Jerry, is expecting about a 4% move for Apple. So as Apple goes, so goes the market.
No kidding. All right, well, let's get to that. So we just showed a full screen. Let's pop that back up again. Handset sales expected at 209 million. That was moved down from 220 million. So a big change there as we think about how well can they do with these iPhone sales. But I want to move you on to whether this could be a good news quarter for existing shareholders, as the company is expected to update its buyback program, its dividend programs. They're sitting on $163 billion in cash. Is this the right way to use this money? I mean, it's going to make shareholders happy, that's for sure.
They hope it will. And as you said, Jerry, it's a tremendous amount of cash. I mean, Apple's cash on hand is bigger than the GDP of Finland and Jamaica combined. We're talking about, as you said, hundreds of millions of dollars. And that is the question. Will it be towards a special dividend, an increase in the regular dividend, more share buybacks? And Apple has pledged over time to reduce that cash hoard to make what they're referring to as net neutral when it comes to cash. So something will be done, whether it's a major acquisition. These are all questions investors are going to be asking.
So you bring that up. That's one of my big questions is, shouldn't this company buy another company with all this money and improve its top line, improve its revenue, and ultimately its earnings?
Well, and they have done that somewhat in the past, Jerry. It wasn't just a few years ago Apple bought Beats, for example, extending their push into consumer electronics in that sense. So, really all eyes are going to be tuned to that conference call after the bell, as you said. And keep in mind, Amazon, another one of these big tech stocks, all-time high just a few days ago. Amazon's only 10% off its all-time high. This stock's going to move after the bell.
All right. Okay. Apple, the biggest company in the world in terms of market cap. We're going to be watching it. Jonathan Hoenig, thanks so much for joining us today.
Be well. Have a great day, Jerry.
Big day.
You too.
Big day.